I respect your time, so let's get right into it. Based on the response from the previous video, today we're going to talk about smelting. In particular, I want to answer two questions. Is it more profitable to sell the materials individually, separately on the exchange, or is it more profitable to spend the 10 stamina and smelt the final item and sell? Second question, if I want to progress my gear, regardless whether I buy materials from the market or gather the materials myself, should I smelt them myself or should I just buy the final completed item directly from the exchange? Once again, before I start the video, I would like to give credits to my buddy Stormship for correcting my logic along the way. So let's look at the first question and understand what is going on. Let's start with an easy example. Let's start with this item, Oricon. Now, if we look at the prices of these items in my server currently, rough Oricon is about 604 crystals, coal is about 109 crystals, and the final completed item is 5,650 crystals in the exchange. Now, if I sold the materials separately, it would be 5,199 crystals profit after tax. Now, if I were to spend 10 stamina to smelt these items together and sell the final product on the exchange, I will only get 5,085 crystals after tax. So just from this example, that selling the materials separately is more worthwhile because you literally earn more without spending 10 stamina to smelt the final product. Your 10 stamina actually made a loss at negative 11.43 crystals per stamina. So in my previous video, I talked about common misconceptions about smelting. This is one of them. Even though at smelting level 1, Oricon has the highest in-game value at 5,650, nothing about smelting Oricon is worth it, simply because of how skewed the prices are determined by the exchange center. This is future me editing the video. I just want to point out two things. Number one, some of you may say, hey, I made a lot of crystals selling Oricon. Yes, I know. Do you know why? Because people are more than happy to buy your inefficiency. Because they spend their 10 stamina elsewhere that makes them more crystals and then they buy your inefficiency. Which brings me to point number 2. This spreadsheet does not take into consideration demand and supply because there's no metric that shows it reliably, and even if there is, would you like to key in the metric and price of each and every item? Now, so how should you use this spreadsheet? You should take into consideration your server's demand and supply and then refer to the spreadsheet to see which item is best for you, not the other way around. I've had people come up to me and tell me, hey, cooking 1 doesn't sell, so it's not relevant. No shit, it doesn't sell. Everybody starts at cooking level 1. Every single item in cooking level 1 can be done by yourself, not to mention that the game gives you so much food buffs for free at the start of the game. No shit, it doesn't sell. Alright, peace out. Selamat Hari Raya Haji to all the Muslim friends. See you. Let's look at the visual representation. The value in this column represents profit from the 10 stamina you used to smelt. We shall represent the profit with this yellow circle here. So this orange circle represents your best profit-making life skill that you currently have. Now, I'm going to use myself as an example. Currently, I am fishing 4, gardening 3, mining 5, cooking 1, smelting 3. My best profit per stamina is either fishing 4 at 61 crystals or mining 5 at 82 crystals. Now, mining is very RNG and you need to have the patience to sell. So let's say I have no patience. I want to pick the fishing value of 61 crystals per stamina to be my value in the orange circle to compare. 61 from fishing 4. Let's say, for example, let's look at Bradium. The profit per stamina gain from smelting Bradium is 12.5 crystals per stamina. Now, if each point of my stamina gets me 61 crystals from fishing, why would I spend that 10 stamina to make 12.5 crystals from smelting when I can make 61 crystals from fishing? Therefore, if the value in the column is smaller than your best profit per stamina, you should just do something else with your 10 stamina instead. In this case, I should go and fish. Now, if the value in this column is larger than your best profit-making life skill, that means that the 10 stamina that you use to smelt is worth it. Conversely, we look at the next column. Instead of profits, this column represents savings. How much do you save if you smelt an item yourself versus buying it directly from the exchange? So let's look at the secret enchantment stone. The number in this column is 65 crystals per stamina. This means I save 65 crystals per stamina if I smelt the item myself. Let's go back to the visual representation. So now we are looking at savings. How much do you save from smelting versus do you make more elsewhere? Now in this case, I'm going to save 65 crystals. Compare it to my best profit-making life skill of fishing 4, I can only make 61 crystals per stamina from fishing 4. Whereas smelting enchantment stone saves me 65 crystals. So in this case, I should of course smelt the item myself. Now I would like to reiterate, this value only compares the 10 stamina you use for smelting. It does not care about how you got the item, whether you got the materials from gathering yourself or you bought the materials directly from the exchange. It doesn't take into consideration. It only compares the 10 stamina used. Smelt or don't smelt, that's it. That's the only thing that it answers. Now it is not possible for me at this point to calculate profit per stamina for smelting if you self-gather everything because of how mining works. If you appreciate the time and work on a spreadsheet and it makes your decision-making process easier, rock the like button. If you like videos that bring value to your gameplay and helps you stay ahead of the free-to-play curve, subscribe and turn on notifications. As always, outplay, not outpay. Bye.